Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel SFwithAK. This is Aman Kumar and I am a 20-time certified Salesforce developer. Today we are going to talk about Spring 26 updates. This is part 3 of the series. If you have not watched part 1 and 2, I will put the links in the pinned comments and you can go and watch the updates. I will say the updates are very important and you will learn new things that are going to be live in a few days in January and February starting. So I will say you should definitely watch the two videos. Now let's continue with the part 3. So today we are going to discuss about the new trigger support in the flow for content document and content version objects. How you can allow more users to delete files. How you can update or the disclaimer on your reports that you are going to export. Now the creation of connected app is disabled, so we'll talk about that. Then Salesforce has provided a beta feature to scan the files for malware and how we can streamline the approval process using the new flow approval process. So let's start with one by one. So the first update is content document and content version are now supported in flow triggers. So flow did not supported content document and content versions, which are part of the file object that we have, and content version is the main object, but inserting content version was not supported in flows and we were not able to do anything on that. If anything we needed to do that on that, we had to go to a triggers and write that. So the content document link is already supported as a different type of flow that we can create and trigger it. Now content document and content version is also supported. Let's see in org how we can create that. So I'm in the org. Let's type in flow and we'll use the flow here. Click on new and trigger automations and record trigger flow. Now here we can see content document and content version are both supported, and we can select, and any file that we insert now can trigger automation, and we can do any automations or any logic that we want to do, and it can be done. So I think it's a big update that we have been waiting for. And for content document link, you need to select a different type of flow. The trigger automations, you will select automation event triggered flow. In this, you will choose the file event. So here you will have the events, and you see file attached to an event or any other object. So these are all type of content document triggers that triggers the flow whenever a file is attached to a particular type of record. You can select any record that you want, any object that you want, and if you attach a file to that object, it will trigger the automation. So this was already supported, and now we have support for content document and content version both. Let's see the next update. Now, user can delete the files that they don't have access to. So right now, Salesforce does not allow to delete the files that we can see but don't have the access of owners. So owners or the person with modify all data permission can only delete the files as of now. But with the new updates, anyone we want to give the access to delete the files, they will be able to do that using this a simple permission delete Salesforce files, but they will still need the access to that file. If they don't have access to that file, they will not be able to delete that file. That's should be the case, and it's will be the same. So we can use a profile or a permission set to give this permission to a particular set of users, and they will be able to delete the files that they don't own but they have access to. Let's see the next update. Now we can customize the disclaimer that we see in the reports when we export the reports. So this was very much needed when you export the reports, and we needed to provide a disclaimer. We were not able to customize it, but now we can customize it based on our needs, based on a company, and we can write anything that we want to do. So let's see how you can do that. So let's close this flow window and this one. Okay, let's go to setup. and we will type in reports, and you will see reports and dashboard settings. In this, you will have an option to use custom disclaimer on exported reports. Now you can type in anything, and that will be disclaimer that will be used when you export a particular report, and it will be at the bottom. So now you can customize it based on your company requirements, and it will be more streamlined with the company. Let's move to the next. Now Salesforce will scan the files for malwares. So this is a beta feature which will be available for use. So Salesforce will automatically scan the files when you upload the file. It will be a synchronous process. When you upload the file, it will show if it has a malware, and it will block the upload. If the file is being uploaded by the API, so it will be async process, and it will still scan the file, but that will be allowed to upload and stored in a separate folder where you will not be able to, not all the users will be able to see, but some users with access to malware files will be able to see those files and take the next action. So I think this will be a good update. It will not be available for use right now. It's in beta. So if you already have that feature in your org, you can definitely go for it. And the setting will by default be enabled. So if you want to disable it, you can disable it, but it will be enabled by default. Let's move to the next one. Now, the new connected app is now disabled. Now you cannot create a new connected app. So the connected app has already been replaced with the external client app that we have been using for some time now. And we were able to create new apps from a different place, but we were able to do that. But from Spring 26, the creation of new connected app will be disabled for all the users. And if you want to have the connected app, you will have to contact Salesforce. Let's see that. So in App Manager, in App Settings, so as you can see, this new connected app option has been paired out, and to enable the creation, we need to contact Salesforce for that. The existing connected apps that you have will keep working as expected. They will not be disabled. Any app that you have already packaged in any package of 2.0 or 1.0, it will still work. It will allow the package installation to create the connected app. That will not be affected. But Salesforce has advised to move to the new external clients app for the security reasons, obviously, that we have seen some problems with the connected app, and that has been resolved in new external client apps, which are more secure. So I would say you should keep migrate the connected app to your external client apps, and that will be more secure and a better way to use the connected app. Let's see the next update. Now, to submit a flow-based approval process, we have a component now. So if let's go to the org, let's close this window. So submit a record for approval using the new approval process. We have a new component called request approval, where you can just click on the start and put in the comment that you want, and the record will be submitted for approval. Let me show you how you can add this. So we'll click on edit page and type in request. So you will see request approval component, and this you can attach here. And in this, you will need to pass the approval process name, which flow approval process that you want to trigger from it, and the label. It will only be supported for the new flow approval process and not the classic approval process that we had in settings. So I would say we should be migrating to the flow approval process, which is better in the UI and easy to create. And this is for that update only. So this is all for today. We have discussed flow trigger support for content document and content versions, how we can allow more users to delete the file and have them access to deletion of the files, how we can customize the disclaimer that we had for the reports that we download. Now the Salesforce allows the scanning of malwares for the new files that you upload. We can the connected app creation has been disabled now. You can contact Salesforce support to get it enabled again, but right now it will be disabled for all the orgs from Spring 26. And we have new component called request approval to streamline the approval process, that we can ask to submit the approval process. And it is only available for the new flow-based approval process, not the classic ones. Well, that is all for today, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.